Okay. Okay. So I guess I'm live right now. Okay. So I just threw this video together. I'm like, what can I talk about? Because I haven't made a video in so long. First, let me tell you that yesterday was my birthday. Boop boop. How old am I? Boop boop. You're not gonna know. Boop boop. But anyways, I went to the store tonight. So yesterday, I'm gonna just tell you really quick what the 411 is. Okay. So yesterday, I was just so surprised. Not really surprised because the kids ruined it. You know how kids are. And not that they ruined it; they can't help but be kids, you know. But I kind of knew I was going to get a surprise birthday party, and my friends threw a small birthday party get together, and got me a cake and made me dinner, and it was good. It was really lovely. It was a really nice surprise, and it actually really lifted my spirits, you know, because like all day long I was just like, you know. And my first favorite surprise was um, one of my friend's daughters came running to me and she gave me a big hug and she was like, "Thank you." She was like, "Happy birthday, Ramona." And I'm like, "Oh, ka-ching!" You know, it was like instant smile, instant like uplift because I was just like, oh my god, that's a, you know, when it comes from children, you know that I mean, like they're really like meaning it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, so today I decided to go to Bath and Body Works. I wasn't planning to buy myself anything. Well, not like this, but I walked by there and I'm like, oh my god, this smells like to die for. So I went and I quickly got. I don't want this. Okay. So quickly went and I got this. It was on sale for $7, $7.50. It's originally $14, and so I said, let me just get myself. It's sunflowery with a hint of like citrus. It smells good. So I went ahead and I bought that. They tried to like get me to buy more and more and more and more and more. I'm like, no, this will do. They want me to get the like matching candle, matching lotion, matching body scrub, matching gel. And I'm like, no. So I decided to go and get that. And then so like the other thing that I wanted to get is and I did. I went to GNC because I'm seriously trying to get my diet on track. I love going to GNC because it will give you the time of day to like really, really help you out. If you seem like you're really gung ho about making better, healthier life decisions and lifestyle, you know, they will take the time out of their day and help you out. So I decided to go there and get some whey ISO, and there's a longer word for that, ISO something, you know, but it's called whey ISO. It doesn't have the fat in it. It doesn't have anything that's really, really heavy. No, nothing bad. You know what I mean? And I decided to get the one where it doesn't have all the fat burners and stuff like that. I want to take it easy because I want to do this right. So I went ahead to GNC. And can I tell you, this is so damn expensive? But anyways, I went ahead and I got this. So this is the basic of basics. This is a strawberry flavored. This is natural and artificial, but this is whey, and it's Advanced Muscle Pro. And the reason why I got this, I don't know if you guys, some of you guys are new, some of the guys are not new. But a couple of weeks ago, I jacked up my legs in spin class, and I'm like, that will never happen to me again. It was a really scary experience, and they were really trying to lean in on me about you got to take care of your muscles. Number one, you got to eat. That's my thing. So I'm learning how to eat small meals during the day and not starve. And I don't feel like I'm starving myself, but like I don't eat all day long. I just smoke cigarettes, and I know I haven't quit yet, but I drink coffee all day long. And then at nighttime, I munch down. And he was like, that's messing up your metabolism. And so he said, try this. And It's the Pro Performance Advanced Muscle Performance Amplified Whey Bolic Extreme 60. So I'm going to try this for a month. This is about a 2-week supply here. And see if I lose any weight, because I don't lose weight. It's crazy, because I asked him, I'm like, why the hell am I not losing weight? I work out. I rarely ever eat. And so he broke it down for me, and he basically told me about what I know already, which is when you don't eat all day, your body kicks into starvation mode. And the food that you do eat, it stores it and holds on to that food until the next feeding. So yeah, I knew all that and stuff like that. So that's it. So, okay, so I want to go on to the topics that I listed up there. So, okay, so I was watching the show and I thought it was really interesting. It was Christians Against Evolution. Okay, so like the reason why people, some of them, not all Christians, but there's like a big major group of Christians who are against evolution. I mean, they don't want you to believe in dinosaurs and mammoths and anything that was that existed millions of years ago, because they want you to believe that Adam and Eve were the first two people. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing in existence other than Earth, but there is no life form other than people. Because then if there were dinosaurs, if there was anything living beyond that, like why would God create these creatures before us? Because we are the begin, all, and all of existence, human beings. So why would there be any existence before us? There's just no way there was any existence, okay? So, which is like absolutely crazy. Come on. Okay, so I wanted to blast that out of the water for you guys. If anybody ever gets persuaded into thinking that way, don't be persuaded into thinking that way, because it's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. Okay, so I wanted to give you a quick scientific facts about dinosaurs and fossils. Okay, it's a really quick explanation of how we know. Because okay, so basically, you know, Christians Against Evolution, they do believe that, okay, yes, there's things that look like they could be fossils, but they're really not fossils. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so what fossils are, okay, pretty much is that, okay, so in a wetland, dinosaur bones can only be found in wetlands. And the reason why that is because what's in water? It's minerals and iron, okay? And what does minerals and iron form? They form rock, right? And so, so here you have a dinosaur. It walks, right? So it's leaving prints. Then it falls over. So its heavy body creates a wave of dirt and mud and what have you. And it falls over and it dies. Okay. Of course, then we have erosion of the body. And then after a while, what happens? The bones get exposed. Okay. And then millions of years are going by and going by and going by. Okay, so now in that time, the mud, which holds the mud / dirt, you know, with the minerals and the iron, okay, it is now like creating a cask over the bones and stuff like that, okay? And bones and teeth are porous. So more time is going by, and so now the water is even now that there's a cask, because the mud is packed over like this, and so now it's formed into a rock. So here's the bones, here's the mud, and it has like just a cask. But however, the water is like it. The water now just drips into the bone. Okay, the water goes into the pores. That turns into the rock. Now the pores are filled with rock over time, because that water will turn because it has minerals and iron in it, it will turn into rock over time. And then after that, it just kind of over time breaks down the bone, and it breaks down the bone and the DNA, and then eventually just gets washed away. Now, Christians are saying, these Christians against evolution are basically saying that, well, how can you tell that they were dinosaurs? They're just some funky creation that looks like there could be a bone. It's ridiculous, right? So despite the fact that they have a head, they have teeth, they have like a neck, the spine and the tail and the four legs, you know, I feel like, you know, one finding is not a dinosaur, 10 findings is a coincidence, but millions of findings, that's just fact. So you know what I mean? So these scientists that are finding, these archaeologists, you know, they're finding these bones. Obviously, you know, it's more than rock, as what these Christians are saying. Okay, so, but anyways, so they're saying that there is no, can you prove that there is any DNA in it? Of course, there's not going to be any DNA in it, because they're just rocks that archaeologists come along and they chip, and they form, and you know, you form it into what you want it to be. And so they're basically saying, you know, that yes, they're lying to the public, like here's their job and here's the truth. Of course, they're going to go with their job because they think that it pays extremely well. It really doesn't, because archaeologists, they are really into it for the find, really into it for the science of it all, really into it to establish where we come from and who do we come from and what our earth is all about and everything. You know, that's what science is. They don't make a lot of money. Well, not archaeologists do. But anyways, I hope you guys find this like kind of interesting, because I thought it was kind of interesting. But so I went ahead and I went to do my own research. I always say you don't listen to one person. You can listen to them for some ideas that pop in your head. Go forward and do your own research, and so I did. So it is true what they were saying, that the DNA is completely washed out of these dinosaur bones. However, you have like mammoths. Those are the most recent of the dinosaurs to pass away. And here's the fact. The fact is that because they're the most recent, and because their bones are the kind are somewhat different, you can actually abstract DNA from those mammoths and anything from that era. So it's proof right there. And so, but they want you to believe, the Christians against evolution, they want you to believe that, go with the half that we found out so far, but don't go with the other half that, yes, okay, but okay, so these dinosaurs, no, they don't have any DNA because they're completely bone now. They're fossils, but they're bone now. But we do have the most current dinosaurs that do have the DNA. They don't want you to hear about that part, but I'm here to tell you, yes, it is. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that is crazy? That, you know, Christians, I mean, not all of them, because I don't want anybody biting my head off, but they're a big chunk of like people Christians who want you to believe that, no, Adam and Eve, we people were the first to walk on the face of this planet. There is no such thing. Why would God create creatures unlike us when we are the begin all end all of creation? Like, we are the blessed, we are the, you know what I mean? So they don't want you to believe in anything that happened back then. So, yeah. So, like I say, don't follow one person, but I put that idea for you, and then you can go off and do your own research. What do you think about that? Okay. So the second subject that I wanted to talk about, which I have been really grounded lately, and which I've been telling you guys for weeks, I think like from like month and a half now, maybe 2 months now, to be grounded. And I find that I haven't been really grounded lately and connecting to source, you know? And so, and I just found it really, really difficult to do that. it was really, really struggle. I just feel like I'm in a cloud and I can't, like a black cloud, I can't see through. And so I'm not receiving messages or the sort, you know what I mean? Anything that I need to know, which I'm usually like that. And I just felt like when I wanted to go back, I really couldn't, and it was really hard for me to get there. So anyways, I'm now slipping back into listening to Source, Omni God, whatever you guys want to think of it as. And so I started to remember, because I was the messages don't just come from thought, but like from other ways. So like for numbers, okay. So I thought that I would share with you some of the number combinations that whenever I see, it doesn't matter where it is, it could be on the clock, it could be like just recently, I saw 11:11. I was talking to a friend about something that that was really, really concerning me. It was like, it was upsetting my day. It was upsetting my night, and I rectified it, but it was really upsetting. But then after I hung up the phone with my friend, I was like, oh my God, it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 past 11. And I realized that the time was, I spoke with her for 11 minutes, 11 seconds. So I don't have all the number combinations, but this is what I have so far. So anything from 111 to 1111, we're going to start up the scale, okay, is protection. So anything that that you're worried about, you might start seeing 1111 everywhere, and it just means it's just a message for you that everything is going to be okay. To rest assured that heavenly divine, how do you say heavenly divine is interceding, kind of like, you know, that you're going to be all right. The issue is going to be resolved. So that was so every time I'm worried about something and I see 1111 or 111, yeah, I'm just like, okay, you know, especially if I see it repetitively. And then 211, I was 211, I was thinking that I knew what that was, but I haven't gotten to figure it out. 311, definitely money, 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 money. Every single time when I know that a big chunk of money is coming in, or even if it's a small chunk, but a significant chunk to me, 311. I'll see it everywhere, everywhere. It's crazy. So whenever I see 311, money's coming in. 411, work. So whenever I see 411, that means I'm going to have to travel for work. Like, I'm not talking about traveling, like getting on an airplane. That could be that, but that's not my life. Okay, so, but traveling in a sense where I'm going to have to go here to here and here on a bus or a train or a trolley to resolve an issue. There's going to be something that's going to come up in my current situation where I'm going to have to work hard for something that usually includes a lot of traveling to go here and there to obtain papers or whatever. Okay, 511, nothing. 611, no. 711, okay. So 711 usually means that there's going to be a decision. Okay, this is just for me. Okay, but 711 usually means that there's going to be a decision that you're going to come across, and depending on what you choose, it's going to be bad or good. So 711 is a warning from me that if there's something that you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Just so I know that that's going to be the beginning, like it's going to be like, it's going to make things either bad or good. So really choose wisely. Take your time. 711, okay. 811, nothing. 911, I hate that number combination. Okay, so that usually means something really funky is going to happen. There's bad news on its way. No doubt that you cannot. 811. Sorry, let me go back to 811. Okay, 811 usually means that you just scathed by something that could have been really bad. So it's a message to me that count your lucky stars, because something something that you could, you know, that emanates from like that comes from 7-Eleven, that you have a choice to make. 8-Eleven means that I made the right choice. And wow, did you just skate back by that? You're lucky for like making the right choice, because that would have really jacked you up if you made the wrong decision. The 9/11 is, like I said, really bad news. Especially when you see it repetitively, you're just like, okay. So that happens within a day or 2 days, maybe like a day and a half, you know, or 2 days. Like something really funky is going to mess you up, and be prepared. Something really jacked up. Okay. And 10/11 is nothing. And 11/11, I just explained that to you. Okay. So I see 909. I'm like, oh. Every time I see like that number combination, 9/11, just jacks me up so bad that every time I see like 909, 910, I'm like, oh, let me cover it, you know. So I don't want to see it. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was really fun. So do you guys ever see like a number combination that you see repetitively, flash, 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 flash? So if you do, that's the universe or source like telling you, it's like it's giving you a message like listen with your ears, your heart, and your mind. Open up and pay attention and receive those messages. Figure out and you know how you can do that. Like, so you say like, okay, 9/11. Every time I see 9/11, this happens. Like that's how you learn what your number combination means to you. Usually it's universal, but not everybody is really aware of. Everybody knows about 11/11, but not everybody is in the know for all the other number combinations, like 1 through 11. Okay, so you have to learn what your number combinations are. So if you see 211, 211, 211 everywhere, you need to stop and figure out what happens every single time I see that number. What happens next? And then you will know what that number is for you. Okay. And so the third thing that I want to talk about, and I just saw 9/11. Oh, that sucks. I wonder what that is. Okay, I'm gonna have to go figure that out. Okay, so I'm like, that's what I'm just thinking about it, you see. So, okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, once again, I've been talking to a friend, and you know, like I told you, she lost like a loved one, and she's just trying to figure out. She's like, I don't even know how. Why am I in such pain? Like, why is this just? It's like it's just going on and on, because it's already been like 5 months or something like that. Something like that, which is, I mean, the woman has been with her husband for 13 years or something like that, which is a significant amount of time. But, you know, for her, it's like, oh my God, it's been 5 months. She was like, I don't understand. I have so much support and love around me, and I don't take that for granted, and I don't not know that. You know, I have people with me all the time in my home. If it's not one person, it's a bunch of people, you know. She has a large group of family, you know, and just everybody's being so supportive and just being there for her. And things are clicking along. Okay, she's okay. Everything is just going absolutely wonderful. Like, but why is it that she just can't get the heart mending thing? So I had to explain to her, and I thought that, oh, you know, like maybe, excuse me for a minute. Swig of coffee. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about heart chords. Like, why is it that people go through so much pain when they end a relationship? So it's not necessarily, you know, losing a person to death. It could be just, you know, a breakup. So like basically there are like different stages of what's going on here, you know what I mean? So I want to talk about the most important thing, which is the heart and the mind cord. So you have the heart and the mind cord that are connected. You know, you ever feel like your heart when you're out of a relationship breaks down and you're just like, you can feel your heart just crumbling and breaking to shattering into a million pieces, and it hurts. It's like a real physical pain. It's not just the pain up here, but it's a heart, like your heart physically hurts. And like, it's like when somebody says it's over, you grab your heart like, oh my God, like I can't, you know. Yeah, because it's like, I'm going to explain that to you. So it's not just, so not only do we take that time or we're forced to go through that time where the person's not there, it does hurt, you know, because we're the repetitive and being used the old shoe of the usual way of having somebody there. It, you know, that hurts right there. But I don't think that that's like the major hurt, because I mean, like after 5 months, you know, your mind, you just, you know, you getting used to somebody not being there, should like 5 months should mend that, you know what I mean? But you don't get mended, because the fact of the matter is that everybody who's in a relationship or very much in love, they have an invisible cord that's from your heart, and it's connected. It's always connected to your partner. And you also have like the mind cord that's always connected to your partner, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, what have you. And so when the relationship is over, the heart cord is basically yanked out. I mean, it's totally blasted out of your heart and mind. And so it seriously causes a physical heart pain. And the truth of the matter is, like, even if you were to go like some like real surgery, like your heart takes a really long time to mend and heal. So it's the same thing with your invisible heart cord. When it's been yanked out, that takes a year, sometimes 2 years. Depends on the person, and depends on how long you've been with the person, and it also depends on how you've lost the person. Is how long it takes for that hole to close up and become flat again and whole. So like if it's something that's just really surprising, where both of you kind of want to be together, but then it's just not working out, you know, the heart cords might linger a little bit. So they kind of like wiggled out a little bit, but they're not completely pulled out. And that causes a lot of heart pain too, but you still, that is how, you know, how here's some proof of what the heart cord is. Okay, so people in a long-term relationship, you always know when your spouse is going to get sick, right? Like, oh, like it's not just something that you physically see, it's like something that you just know. Okay, like you know, you think that they're going to get sick. Or if they're at the office and they're having a really bad day, you're like, you know, I should call him or I should call her, and because I don't feel something's wrong. Or you know when your spouse is going to call you and you pick up the phone and stuff like that. And so the reason why you know all of this, because you're in tune. You have that heart cord, you have the heart cord and the mind cord connected with each other. So you're sending and receiving messages 24 hours, 7 days a week. So those are the cords that I'm talking about. So when those are ripped out of your chest, of course, it's and ripped out of your a piece of food. I was eating popcorn. I just came from a movie for Black History Month, and so we were eating popcorn. I got popcorn stuck in my teeth. So yeah, that's how come you're like in a lot of pain when you go through a breakup. It's not getting used to that person not being there. So that's why I think that it's absolutely silly when people at the end of the relationship, they go right out and they try to meet other people, they sleep with other people, you know, they try to like seriously eradicate that memory and that person that they just came out of a relationship with. That's not going to work. It just doesn't work. Why? Because your heart cord and your mind cord, like, are still there. And you know, it takes time to mend and heal. I mean, not that the heart cord's there, but like the fact that it was pulled out, like it still hurts. The pain is going to be there. It takes time. Time is essential to mend that kind of thing. Mending anything, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, time heals all. Experiences heal all. That's just a reality. So, okay, so that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Those are the three subjects. So we should just like end that here. Okay, so I guess I'll talk a little bit more about my son is an African. It's so funny because like he is half black, but he looks white, completely white. So it's the, you know, I have to explain people. No, he is, yeah, he might have like white skin and freckles and green eyes, but no, he's black. So, or he's at least half black. But anyways, I liked, like tonight we went to go see a movie about Black history, and I want him to see those kind of things. And he's also in African dance. I'm also going to get him into, not yet, but some African African drums, you know. But tomorrow he has his recital, and really excited about that. Actually, can't wait till it gets over with. It's kind of stressful for me as well because taking the classes, they've had like classes every single day because the kids need to be ready. They need to be pristine, you know. And it's frustrating for me, but you know, he loves it. He's happy with it, and I can't wait for the recital tomorrow. And I know that he's going to do, all the children are going to be extremely wonderful. And I will be having a video up there for you guys seeing. He's, you know, so, and what else? I'm feeling a whole lot better. Oh my God. I think it was like my birthday, and that the fact that my friends like really care about me. That's like on special occasions is when you know that your friends are just like really on it. And I'm just like, they just let me like just in a whole better mood, just so happy. Where like before I was kind of like, oh, you know, like for like a month now and a half, I just been feeling like kind of in a cloud, kind of zombie-like, and kind of sluggish and slow. And today I just really feel like I'm just uplifted, and everything's clear, and I'm just happy. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. So I cherish these moments because I know that there's going to be a time when I might have the blues or depression knocking on my door in next month or 2 months down the line. Who knows when it pops up. But so for now, I'm really happy. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to blab on about my stuff. But okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, you know, like I want to say one more thing and then I'll let you guys go. I know this is crazy. But speaking about depression, okay. So isn't it crazy how no matter what group, everything is, as long as it's has to pertain to people, everybody is placed in one kind of group, no matter what it is. So in like whether it's race, whether it's education, whether it's depression, and it's kind of funny that here you have like this, you have a group of people who are just depressed, and it doesn't matter. It's like human beings, they always want to be up against each other. For what reason? Okay, so we all have, so this group of people, all of them deal with depression, but some people, they're just perpetually depressed. There's no break from it. They're just clinically depressed. They're always depressed. Then you have the people who are depressed, like me. I get depressed like maybe for an entire month. And then I might be really happy and just so fine for the next 2 months. And then I'll be depressed again. And so And so even though the whole group is struggling with this depression, you know, it's like the people who are perpetually depressed are so up on and raving against the people who have good times at times, you know. Doesn't matter when you are depressed, you're just like, oh my God, down in the dumps, and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So, you know, they're always up against each other, and I don't understand that. Why do people like that? Like competitive and always feel like you need to rise above when you clearly you're in the same level, you're saying, and you're in the same group. Why are people like that? I don't get that. So I think I got that from me watching somebody made a video. I'm not going to say the video because I'm not going to say the video because I don't know the video. But she had like about 250 responses to something that she said. A YouTuber who got up and said she's like me, where she has like times when she's depressed, but other times she's long going, just really okay. So now she just fell into a depression mode again, and she's smart because she's like, before this depression takes me for a ride, I'm up on it. I speak to my parents. I try to, if I have to get on medication, I have to do so. If I have to go see my counselor, then I have to do so. But I'm up on it because I don't want to fall into the dark of the night and stay there. The more you fall, the harder it is to get up there. So she's just telling people, you know, take care of business. If you feel like the slightest bit of depression, take care of it. Take care of yourself. Don't stay quiet. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't, you know, scream it out loud to everybody and let people know, to your loved ones. You know what I mean? Let people know, like, it's coming again. And I need support, and I need, you know, that's what she was telling it. But this one woman, she was like, oh, okay, so your depression is absolutely a joke because it's not something that you're going through 24 hours, 7 days a week. You never get a break, years for every month, every year, you know. And people would just, it was kind of crazy because 700 people like thumbs up that comment, and other people would just rave, like 200 people were raving, like, are you kidding me? Like, I can't believe that you would down her when she's depressed, and you're down her telling shut the hell up because you have no right to express your depression, your blues, you know. It's not really depression, you know, or even if it is depression, you have no right to express any of that because of us who never have a break. And so that's where that came from. I was like, is that woman okay? Well, clearly she's not, because she's, you know, maybe she's mad. She's upset that people actually do see the sunshine of the days, you know, and she never does. Frankly, can I just say something about that? Frankly, I think that people who are perpetually depressed every single day for weeks and months and years, I think that there's just the irresponsibility there, because I don't see how anybody who just is clinically depressed never can see like a happy day. That usually means that you don't have an identity. You don't know yourself. You don't know how to quell yourself when crap hits the fan. You know, you don't know how to take care of yourself because you don't know yourself. You always run away. And I think that some people find depression as a warm blanket. It's actually kind of comforting. It's at the same time where it's horrific to have, but at the same time it's a comfort blanket, like, because it's all that they know, and they don't know anything about climbing up the steep hill to try to reach for, like, to a grip on the self and happiness. You know what I mean? They don't know anything about hard work like this woman in the video does. You know, she knows the 411, like, okay, maybe I have depression, but I know that I need to work really hard and beat pavement to, like, really try to get my happiness back. And some people just don't. When depression comes knocking, they're just like, oh, okay, it's time for me to sit on the couch and just feel the blues. And I don't want to say blues because it's not blues. There's a difference between blues and depression, okay? But some, you know, and that, you know how I know that? Because there was a time when I myself, that's how I was. I didn't know any better to save myself. I just thought like, oh, if you have depression, then you just have to go with the flow until it's over. And then sometimes when you're like that, I didn't know myself. I couldn't be alone. Being by myself meant like made me feel really uncomfortable. It's kind of like being in a room with a stranger. But yeah, I didn't know anything about that. So whenever depression came knocking, I just did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I didn't try. I didn't know I could try. If that was an option, I didn't know. But yeah, when you're depressed, you just have to work that. You have to bust butt to try to get that balance back in your life. But anyways, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and um, I'll talk to you guys next time. So mwah, mwah, love everybody. I do. And I'm gonna try to make my you know what? I'm not gonna say that because I always say like I'm gonna try to make my videos more frequent, and then I takes like a week later, and then I make a video. But I try. I keep. You know what? Be happy for me that I keep really really busy and I'm doing some awesome things in my life. Okay, bye.